Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is in response to Kiara Davis' video posted on April 24th. It was titled, "I don't care if Cliven Bundy is a racist." A couple minor things you said about Cliven Bundy's statement real quick. You said in Cliven's statement, and I quote, "It's an awkwardly made point." Well, what's awkward is a black woman defending these ignorant statements. I don't know Mr. Bundy. I never met Mr. Bundy. I don't know what's in Mr. Bundy's heart, so I'm not going to put any labels on him. But what he said is something that a white supremacist would say, and you're defending that statement. So, and then you go on to say how we basically enslaved ourselves all over again to the government by depending on them for so much, which seems the point he was making. First, please tell me what this so much is that you're referring to. The point you're missing is the American government is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So what you're technically saying is that we're being enslaved by ourselves, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then another thing, all Americans depend on the government for some type of benefit. So it's not just black people who depend on the government for so much stuff. Let's make that clear. Alright, so now to my main beef. Before you made your video, you should have did some research. You make yourself look bad with those ignorant statements you made. For instance, you said he owes a tax bill and you don't send the National Guard to collect the tax bill. Something is wrong here, and it's not Cliven Bundy. Well, the government sent in the Bureau of Land Management, which is not the National Guard. The National Guard is controlled by states, individual states, and the Bureau of Land Management, or BLM, that's an agency of the federal government. So it's a big difference there. But I kind of suspect that you said National Guard in order to evoke, these scary images of 1970 at Kent State, when the National Guard killed 4 students and wounded 9 others. So you're either crafty or you're ignorant. I can't call it. I'll let you be the judge. Then you go on to say, we're talking about a man that is facing off against the federal government who is coming in to seize his land. I think that Cliven Bundy's case here, at least from his point of view, may not be yours, is that the law is unjust and he has no obligation to comply with an unjust law. But let's take a step back for a second, will we? Can we? If this in fact is Cliven Bundy's land, then one or two things he should be able to produce. One, he should be able to produce a deed to the land, or 2, he should be able to show where he paid property taxes to this land. I'm telling you, he can't do it. Therefore, it's not his land. And your statements about the federal government coming to take his land is totally bogus and it's a total lie, and it blows everything you had to say out of the water. So in the future, you need to up your game, because if an amateur like me can debunk your lies, then you ain't ready for prime time. And just one more question before I leave. When you defend white supremacist statements, do you always wear that Aunt Jemima scarf? Or is that something you did unconsciously? I'm just asking. Thanks for listening.